showing you the secret books of Esther from the Apocrypha. Can you see this? See how it goes from 16 to 10, right? Isn't that weird? You see that? 10, 16 up here, 10, okay? So I had to go dig out the other book to see how many chapters this one has. So this little blurb, after 16, which is what we just read, it says the following in the Greek. They call it lines 8.13 or chapter 8.13 through 10.3, where the Hebrew Esther ends. The Greeks added this. Okay, and when I read, like, it shows like 10 and 11 here. This one, like a real Esther shows 10 and 11 too. So, and it's similar. I'm gonna read them both. I'm gonna read from the secret book first, or no? You want to do the secret book or this book? The secret book first. Okay, 10 and 11. Mordecai said, "These things have come from God, for I remember the dream that I had concerning these matters, and none of them has failed to be fulfilled. There is a tiny spring which became a river, and there was a light, and the sun, and abundant water. The river is Esther, whom the king married and made queen. The two dragons are Haman and myself. The nations are those that gathered to destroy the name of the Jews. And my nation, this is Israel, who cried out to God, were saved. The Lord has saved his people. The Lord has delivered us from all these evils. God has done great signs and wonders which have not occurred among nations. For this purpose he made 2 lots, one for the people of God and one for all the nations. These 2 lots came to the hour and moment and day of a decision before God and among the nations. And God remembered his people and vindicated his inheritance. So they will observe these days in the month of Adar on the 14th and 15th of that month, with an assembly of gladness and joy before God from generation to generation among his people Israel. In the 4th year of the reign of Ptolemy and Cleopatra, Dositheus, who said that he was a priest and a Levite, and Ptolemy his son brought to Egypt and the preceding letter of Purim, which they said was genuine and had been translated by Lysimachus, the son of Ptolemy, one of the residents of Jerusalem. I read the same thing in this book. It was just Esther 10. This one says King Ahasuerus levied a tribute from the continent and the islands of the sea, all his mighty acts of power and the account of the high honor to which he raised Mordecai. Is not all this recorded in the book of the annals of the kings of Media and Persia? How Mordecai the Jew was next in rank to King Ahasuerus. He was a man held in respect among the Jews, esteemed by thousands of his brothers, a man who sought the good of his people and cared for the welfare of his entire race. And Mordecai said, this is God's doing. I remember the dream I had about these matters, nothing of which has failed to come true. The little spring that became a river, the light that shone, the sun, the flood of water. Esther is the river, she whom the king married and made queen. The 2 dragons are Haman and myself. The nations are those that banded together to blot out the name of the Jew. The single nation, mine, is Israel, who cried out to God and was saved. Yet the Lord has saved his people. The Lord has delivered us from all these evils. God has worked such signs and great wonders as has never happened among the nations. 2 destinies he appointed, one for his own people and one for the nation at large. And these are the 2 destinies were worked out at the hour and time and the day laid out by God, involving all nations. In this way God has remembered his people and vindicated his heritage. And for them these days, the 14th and 15th of the month of Adar, are to be an assembly of joy and gladness before God throughout all generations, forever among his people Israel. And in the 4th year of the reign of Ptolemy and Cleopatra, Diocephus, who affirmed he was a priest and a Levite, and Ptolemy's son, brought the foregoing letter concerning Purim, and they maintained it to be authentic, the translation having been made by Lysias, son of Ptolemy, and a member of the Jewish community.